Well, Coach, Western Michigan coming off a split with the University of Michigan, and pretty good weekend for the Broncos. Just a couple of lapses there on Friday.
Well, when we talk about the weekend and the word pretty good probably means it's not good enough. And certainly when you play two games and you look at them, and I mean, when you play as hard as you can in one game and you happen to lose and then you win the next one, uh, that's usually a pretty good feeling. But we played so poorly on Friday night at the beginning of the hockey game that didn't really give ourselves a chance. And it's so interesting, and obviously you're analyzing it all week as a coaching staff, and you're trying to figure out how we could play so well at the start on Saturday night and dominate the game, have a lot more jump than Michigan had. And the table was exactly on the other side on Friday night. We didn't have legs. We didn't move the puck. They were physically more assertive. And, I'm sure their coaching staff's looking at it the same way. Why were we as bad as we were at the start on Saturday? But, it did some good things. I thought our game got a lot better on Friday night. Last 50 minutes, we played pretty solid hockey and had a lot of scoring chances, which I think did carry over to the game on Saturday there. But good Michigan team. They play hard. We made some lineup changes, some tough decisions on Saturday night, but right from the get-go, we played a really solid team game and need to carry that over now into this weekend's games at Colorado College, a place that's always very difficult for our team to play in for whatever reason. We'll sort through those reasons this week and be ready to go on Friday night.
Power play had been creating plenty of chances. They're just not finishing. How important was it to get not one but two goals from the power play on
No
Saturday
question, it was really important to get our power play to come ahead in that game. They got one power play goal, so in reality we won the power play game 2-1. And quite often in games when you're on top of the special teams game, you'll find a way to be successful, and that was the case. And I think it was related to our overall 5-on-5 play. Adam, we talked about having more traffic to the net, playing on the inside of the game. We felt, this season at times we've been too perimeter. We had to get to the inside, which we did, and that happened on the power play. I mean, 2-point shots, traffic, guys around the front of the net, and we got all the goals on Saturday night from about 6 feet around the net.
You talked about the lineup changes. Was there any thought into changing goalies for Saturday?
Brandon Bussey had played so well in the first four games of the season that he would, by his own admittance, was probably not at his normal level on Friday night at Michigan. One of the great things in the weekend series was the way that Ben Blacker played when he went in there on Friday night. And in the last third period, he moved the puck well. He was really solid, and that's a tribute to the work that Ben's put in here. We did think about it, to be very honest with you, but we looked at what Brandon had done over four games and felt he deserved the opportunity to get back in there. And I think Ben was understanding of that. I'm sure he would have liked to start. And what we know now is that we can put Ben in there at any time, and he's back to the form that we've seen Ben in before.
Coach, you play Colorado College this weekend. They ended your season a year ago. Does that factor into your preparation and the guys' mindset going in, do you think?
Well, Colorado College came in here last year in the playoffs and deserved to win. We probably outchanced them over the course of the three games here and had opportunities to win and didn't finish our opportunities. Their goalie played really well, and it's a credit to them that they found a way to beat us on the road. And they were playing good hockey at the end of the year there, Robin, and they're always a tough out for us and a tough opponent. They've won some big games already this year, beat Michigan State, beat the University of Minnesota. So they've got quality players. They're playing well. And Coach Haviland's done a great job with that program. They've got a lot of talent in there now. And now they've got Travis Culhane as Director of Hockey Operations, a very popular guy with our team here in the last number of years and a big part of Bronco hockey. And I've told him that sometime in the future, 30 years, when Kathy Beauregard decides to step down, you can come back as the athletic director. But we're excited to see Travis as well, and just to let him know on this broadcast that I'm waiting for the scouting report on Colorado College since we helped him get the job out there.
Coach, you have a freshman goaltender in Brandon Bussey, which you talked about. You also have three other freshmen that are logging regular shifts for you, two on D and one up front. What do you think of their play so far?
Well, that's one of the reasons I'm so encouraged with our team. And a person would say, well, you're your record's 2-3-1. How can you be encouraged? Well, I'm encouraged because I do believe that the guys that have yet to score for us, guys that normally do, will find their way, and the puck will start going in the net for them. But it's the play of your freshmen. You're never totally sure when you bring a recruit in, how are they going to adjust to the speed, the pace, the physical intensity of college hockey. And Brandon Bussey's come in as a freshman, played very well on the blue line. Ronnie Addard and Scooter Bricky, a couple of big, good skating defensemen who played well. And Jason Poland is just a solid player. He just plays a 200-foot game. He's a character, young guy, and we've been encouraged by. He's played right wing. He's played center. He would play any place we asked him to play. And quality guys. But I think those guys have impressed us. But I think it's the other guys that are going to get their game going here. I thought Hugh McGing, our captain, took charge of our team on Saturday night, and the way that we know Hugh can, and he had his energy, he had his jump back, and a couple of points in the game. And we look at some of our other guys, Drew Warad, Paul Washy, and other guys that are playing particularly well. And how about Cale Bennett getting his first goal as a Bronco? And it was kind of interesting. I was telling the guys at practice this morning, I'm not used to, after we score a goal, to have Cale lead the troop back to the bench, being the first guy in line, meaning he scored. But we're optimistic about our team, and a lot of that has to do with the play of our young players and the belief that our other guys are going to get their games going.
It's the first time you had Poland at center in a game this season. What did you think of him?
Well, we've used him at center different times, Adam. We haven't necessarily started him at center, but he's been there. He played quite a bit of center on Friday night for us as well, too. I mean, he played both last year at Cedar Rapids, and I'll tell you, in terms of being a versatile player, it's a huge asset for you with a team. If a coach knows he can put you in this position or that position, and you're looking at guys and you're making lineup decisions, one guy can win a face-off for you. He can play well on the boards if he's a winger. That just helps him and helps our overall team. So we've got a few players that have that ability to play center or wing, and to play left wing or right wing. But certainly have been encouraged by his performance early in the year.
Hugh, coming off a split against Michigan, and you guys kind of finally broke through there on Saturday. How did it feel to kind of end that kind of scoring rut you guys have been stuck in?
Yeah, it definitely felt good. Getting those 2 goals early kind of set the tone for the game. We had guys stepping up, making good plays for us. So, yeah, it felt good.
One of your classmates, it'd take him a while. But how did you feel when you saw Cale score his first career goal?
Oh, I was so fired up on the bench. I was jumping around, giving everybody hugs and high fives. Yeah, it felt really good for him.
Go up to Colorado College, which has always been a tricky place to play. What is it about that building that the Broncos seem to play well in one game, but not so much in another?
Yeah, it's an Olympic-sized sheet, so it's a bigger ice. It's a higher altitude, so it's a little hard to breathe. So we got to kind of work on our cardio, so we're ready for that.
One of the guys that has also stepped up quite a bit has been Paul Washy. What have you seen out of him, maybe in the practices leading up to the season and through the season so far that's helped him contribute so much?
He's just a guy that works hard every single day, comes prepared, does things off the ice and on the ice, extra stuff here and there. So, I foresaw it, and it's finally showing, so it's good for him.